Good morning, TikTok. School is in session. So today we're going to talk about the solar flares. These solar flares are coming in hot. I highly recommend that you watch this video to the end because knowledge is power. When we understand our environment, not just within our physical reality, but when we understand our environment in a celestial energy, so what does that mean? The environment outside of Earth. The energy fields outside of Earth, that when they come into our magnetic field on our planet, it's going to interrupt the frequencies. We are a unified field. We are a unified field through the internet. We are a unified field through radios. And we are also a unified field through our transmissions of thoughts and emotions. So our planet has a magnetic field, and inside this magnetic field is an ionosphere. An ionosphere is basically all these radio waves. And that's essentially how the World Wide Web was created. You see, corporations have known about frequencies since the beginning of the Industrial Revolution, since probably later than then, the occults, the Masonaries. And that is essentially how the World Wide Web was created. And it was created by a company called CERN. And CERN is based out of Switzerland. And CERN, they have a collider right now. They're studying how to open up black holes. And just for a fun tip, that's how Atlantis crumbled. That's how the end times of Atlantean times failed. We tried to play God, and it would have fucked up every frequency from here to Pluto to the Milky Way. We are just understanding that we are more than just human. We are understanding that there are things outside of Earth that talk to us, such as aliens. Now, I find it highly ironic that Elon Musk is supporting Donald Trump. Now, hear me out. In 2019, the Jerusalem government literally, Google it, literally said that Donald Trump and Jerusalem was working with a galactic federation, an extraterrestrial federation that oversee everything on the planet, that they try to do mediation between the humans so that we don't fuck up so bad that there's a ripple effect across all planets and beings. So Elon Musk, man, he is the Einstein of the 21st century, right? So if he is Einstein of the 21st century, and if he is coming up with Tesla, if he has a fucking rocket ship company, then isn't it interesting that he is working with Donald Trump? Donald Trump already has exposure to the Galactic Federation. This solar flare that is coming in is going to rupture any consciousness that you are so blinded to accepting. What a solar flare does, it's high radiation, high photons, so photons is what the sun breathes over Earth, and these photons creates life. These photons is why we are alive. These photons carry energy, and it connects with sentient beings. What is a sentient being? Animal, fish, birds, plants. Anything that needs the sun's energy to survive is a sentient being. So when we are hit with more than usual radiation coming from the sun, it's going to seep into our skin and it's going to open up our DNA. Stay with me. Our DNA carries 16 generations, 16 subconscious programmings that we have no idea that are in us. So when we get hit with these supercharged photons, our DNA sucks it in and it starts to open. And all these racing thoughts can happen. All these physical pains can happen. And if we're not aware of why we are feeling this way, what can happen is it can create even more turmoil mentally, even more turmoil physically, because we're trying to use our logic, we're trying to use our brains to be like, what the fuck's happening to me? This is happening for the reason of ascension. This is happening because we are now in the age of Aquarius. I cannot stress that enough. We are in the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius has tilted the planet. This is why there are zodiac eras in a 360 motion. Every zodiac has a certain amount of angle, and each angle creates a 360. So now that our planet has the sun has a heavier presence on Earth. There's more light coming into our magnetic field. And if there's more light coming into our magnetic field, it's going to disrupt any radio frequencies. Any frequencies that could shield us from knowing. This is why they say the veil is lifting. Nothing can hide, because we don't have that darkness. We're getting more light exposure, and with more light exposure comes more energy, and with more energy becomes more knowing, because we are unlocking so much memory, so much understanding. And this is where the dark night of the soul comes into play, when we start to shed our identity. Does this make sense? So we are now in the age of Aquarius as of August 20th. My mother's birthday. I got my period the day of the solar eclipse. What does that tell me? That is a subliminal message saying that this is, okay, you are now a pioneer, a female pioneer of the age of Aquarius. Like, this is the alignment of my period, the alignment to my mother's birthday, the alignment to the fact I got my period on my mother's birthday at my grandmother's house. So grandmother, mother, now me. Okay? And how that makes sense is why I became a woman with my grandmother in England on my mother's fucking birthday. I swear on my soul. Fast forward 2024. August 20th is the said date that the age of Aquarius started. Okay, so I got my period on August 20th. The age of Aquarius 2024 started on age of Aquarius started on August 20th, 2024, my mother's birthday. So that is a signifying that this is lineage. We are correcting lineage. And how we correct lineage, it starts with the female. Because we breed. We give life. We carry the identity into this waking life. Men plant the seed, but mama, we fucking create the whole entity. What up, my fucking divine feminine? Now, boys, you're very powerful. We cannot survive without you. Don't feel left out. So, we just hit the age of Aquarius, August 20th. October 2nd was a solar eclipse. That's it, on a new moon. So a new moon is new beginnings. Solar eclipse is a new era. We've had 2 full moons last month and an eclipse, a lunar eclipse. So there's so much signs on a celestial realm. So it's very interesting again that 2024 is the 25th life cycle of the sun. Now it is so perfectly in alignment to the age of Aquarius, the dawning of age of Aquarius. But now it's no more dawning. We're in the age of Aquarius. So these solar flares are going to be more intense. This is why it is a different feel than the solar flares in the past. This is why inflation is high. This is why gas is high. This is why there's wars. This is why there's so much social media for you to change the fuck how you look. So you can, there's so much to make you suppressed. They want to keep us suppressed so we can stay in the energy of doubt, of fear, of lack, of need. So these solar flares with the divine alignment of Aquarius, with the divine alignment with the solar eclipse and all the other eclipses that have just happened in the last 60 days, these flares are going to be more potent. It is an X7. What does that mean? F1 to F5 hurricane. F1 is the smallest, F5 is the biggest. I'm running out of time. So these are an F5 tornado, F5 hurricane size solar flares. Know thyself is important. Whose thoughts are you listening to? Old self or the waking up one? Be kind to yourself. Meditation, lots of water. Hope